Now let us learn very important method of preparation of sulfuric acid. The name of this method is by contact process. This is only the method which is very commercial for the preparation of sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is main chemical or reagent in the industrialization. Every industry requires this sulfuric acid. So this is very important chemical. So how the sulfuric acid is prepared? Now there are totally three main steps of preparation of sulfuric acid. First we have to obtain the sulfur dioxide gas. After obtaining the sulfur dioxide gas, it is converted by oxidation into sulfur trioxide gas. And in third step, the sulfur trioxide gas absorbed first into the already prepared sulfuric acid, due to which there is formation of fuming sulfuric acid. Fuming means continuously large amount of vapors are coming from that, and that fuming sulfuric acid is called as the oleum. Very concentrated sulfuric acid, oleum. Continuously vapors are coming from that. The molecular formula of oleum is H2S2O7. And after the preparation or by absorption of the sulfur trioxide gas into the oleum, then we can dilute this oleum with water and we obtain the sulfuric acid of the desired concentration. That means 98 to 99% of sulfuric acid is pure, obtained by this method. Now let us see how first we have to obtain the sulfur dioxide gas. There are two reactions we can do for that. We directly burn the sulfur, solid sulfur with oxygen. This is the first method to obtain the sulfur dioxide gas. We sulfur directly on burning with oxygen at high temperature, we obtain this sulfur dioxide gas. And the another method of obtaining the sulfur dioxide gas, in which large amount of sulfur dioxide gas is obtained by, that is the burning or roasting of this sulfide ore, iron pyrite. FeS2 is the formula of iron pyrite. That is this is ferrous sulfide, because here the oxidation number of ferrous is +2. Now this is sulfur have the -1 oxidation state. So 2 sulfur ions are required. So remember that the chemical formula of iron pyrite is FeS2, not Fes only. Remember that. Now this is. So 4 molecules of iron pyrite when burned or when roasted. Roasting means in the presence of air at high temperature, plenty of oxygen when reacts with that any substance, that is called as the roasting in air. So here 11 molecule of oxygen and 4 molecule of this iron pyrite when react, there is formation of this ferrous oxide. Now this is the byproduct, but the main our target is to obtain this sulfur dioxide gas, and that is nearly 8 molecules of sulfur dioxide gas obtained from the 4 molecules of this iron pyrite. We can here balance the reaction. Now 4 multiplied by 2, 8. So here is the 8 sulfur is there. Again 4 iron, here twice Fe2O3 is formed. That means here 4 iron atoms or ferrous atoms are balanced. Now 11 multiplied by 2, 22 oxygen are there. Now here in this 3 into 2 6 and 8 into 2 16, 16 plus 6 22 oxygen get balance, all get balance here. Now these two main reaction you have to write in the first step. The question may be of 3 marks. If there is they ask figure, then there is the 4 mark question. But this year the figure of contact process is not for you in the board examination. So only 3 steps you have to write, but this must be come into the examination. Now the second step, now this obtaining sulfur dioxide gas converted into the sulfur trioxide gas by using very important catalyst, vanadium pentoxide. This very important catalyst required for the conversion of SO2 gas into the SO3 gas. And as we are seeing here, the sulfur dioxide gas is oxidized catalytically with the oxygen to the sulfur trioxide gas in the presence of the catalyst vanadium pentoxide. Now this catalyst enhance the rate of the reaction, and without this catalyst this reaction is not very fast. Now this is somewhat reversible reaction, remember that. And here we are seeing here, that is the 2 molecules of sulfur dioxide and 1 molecule of oxygen. Totally there are 2 plus 1, that is equal to, in reactant side 3 molecules are there, but in product side there are only 2 molecules of this sulfur trioxide gas. What this means? This means that this reaction is carried with the decrease in the volume of the gas. 3 molecules are converted into 2 molecules. There is the decrease in the volume. So for decrease in the volume, higher pressure might be required. At higher pressure, this reaction is favored. So about 2 bar pressure is required for this reaction. So the conversion of sulfur dioxide into sulfur trioxide is favored at higher pressure. As this gas is somewhat reversible, so there must be low temperature must be there. Then and then the SO3 gas must be stable there. And if we use the higher temperature, the reverse reaction will be carried out again. Sulfur dioxide and oxygen get separated. But if we convert the sulfur dioxide into the sulfur trioxide into the very low temperature or nearly 720 Kelvin temperature only, that is the optimum temperature. Now if we decrease the temperature again from this 720 Kelvin, what there will happen? The maximum yield of sulfur trioxide is not obtained. And if we convert the sulfur dioxide into sulfur trioxide at higher temperature than 720, what happen? Again the reaction will be reversible and the yield of SO3 is not obtained. So this is experimentally this temperature is, that is the optimum temperature is used for the conversion of SO2 gas into the SO3 gas, that is the about 720 Kelvin. The temperature mention is very important and the catalyst mention is also very important on the arrows of this of this reaction. So this we can balance here. Now twice SO2 is converted into twice SO3 gas. Now there are totally 6 oxygen atom, 4 plus 2, here are also 6 and 2 sulfur are there. Now this is the second main method, but this is the exothermic reaction, so always favored at the low temperature, remember that. Now third step is only the absorption of this sulfur trioxide gas into the concentrated H2SO4 to produce the olem, that is the fuming H2H2O7, that is the fuming sulfuric acid it causes. Now dilution of the olem with the water gives the sulfuric acid of desired concentration. So only first absorb this SO3 gas into H2SO4, olem is obtained, H2H2O7. Now this olem on dilution with water forms the H2SO4. Now there are the 4 hydrogens, 8 oxygen and 2 sulfurs are there. So twice H2SO4 means 4 hydrogen, 2 sulfur and 8 oxygen. In this way we obtain, this is the third main, these two reaction you have must write in the third step, and the sulfuric acid obtained by the contact process is 98 to 99% pure. So this is very important method for the preparation of sulfuric acid, which is the very important chemical for industrialization. Now let us learn the physical properties that may be also asked for 1 mark or 2 mark or in MCQ also. Now the physical properties of sulfuric acid. What is the physical properties? Now first physical property is sulfuric acid is the colorless. Sulfuric acid do not have color, but after the some time it slightly by oxidation converts into the yellowish color. But when it is pure and do not in contact with the air, it is colorless. Sulfuric acid is colorless, dense and oily liquid. It is very strong acid. The second property is it has density about the 1.84 gram per centimeter cube. That is the specific gravity or density of sulfuric acid is 1.84 gram per centimeter cube. At 298 Kelvin. At 298 Kelvin it have the specific density about 1.84 gram per centimeter cube. The third physical property is that it freezes at 283 Kelvin and boils at 611 Kelvin. That is the freezing point is 283 Kelvin and boiling point is 611 Kelvin. And the fourth last physical property, it is highly corrosive. That means there is irritation or there is the wound. If the sulfuric acid is in contact with our skin, comes in contact with our skin, there is wound which is not healed. That is not healed in a less period. There is more period required for the healing of our skin and produces severe burn on the skin. When it comes in contact with the skin, there is the severe burning action. So always take precaution while handling this very powerful, that is very strong acid, sulfuric acid. Now let us learn about the chemical property. Now this first one property is, as we know that sulfuric acid is acid, but how it proves sulfuric acid is the acid. Now that is the acidic property of sulfuric acid. On ionization of this sulfuric acid, it gives the, now it gives the H plus ion and HSO4 minus ion. But it requires, in the aqueous solution, it requires two steps. Now what happens, see in the first step. Now we have to ionize this sulfuric acid into the water. So in the first step what happened? This sulfuric acid reacts with water first. Here. And we obtain this, that is the hydronium ion, that is H3O plus. Hydronium ion, not H2O plus. It is the H3O plus. Hydronium ion is obtained. One of the hydrogen atom of this sulfuric acid reacts with this water molecule, and there is this, that is the proteinaceous water. It is also called as the proteinaceous water because H plus reacts with the water. So it is the proton. H plus means proton. So and again the anion is the HSO4 minus, as the H plus is given to this water, but remaining HSO4 minus. Now that is the dissociation constant is very large here, more than, that is the 10. That proves that this is very strong acid. Again this HSO4 minus reacts with water. Again the second proton get ionized from this H2SO4, this remaining hydrogen again given to this water, and there is the proton water, because the H plus ion is always present in the form of hydronium ion. The bare H plus ion is not there. So water is required for the ionization, and this SO4 2 minus H is formed here. And thus in the second step the K is lower, but in the first step K is higher. The greater value of K means that sulfuric acid is largely dissociated into the first step, as the H plus and HSO4 minus in the first step. Large amount of H plus is obtained, and which proves that this sulfuric acid is very strong. There may be give region in the examination prove that sulfuric acid is the very strong acid. सोडणार नाही कॅसेट मध्ये आलं ना तरी चालेल, पण आज सोडणार नाही, येणारच आहे तिकडे एवढ्या करू. Now oxidizing property. Now in the oxidizing property, this sulfuric acid can oxidizes with metals and non-metals also. Sulfuric acid oxidizes metals and non-metals, and itself reduce into the SO2 gas. As it oxidizes metals and non-metals, itself must be reduced. Sulfuric acid must be reduced into the sulfur dioxide gas. Now see, here is the hot and concentrated sulfuric acid is required for the oxidation, and here the copper is oxidized into the copper sulfate, and H2SO4 is reduced into the SO2 gas. Now this sulfur, that is the non-metal, this also reacts with this concentrated H2SO4, and this concentrated H2SO4 oxidizes. Why it oxidizes? Because let us see, this sulfur is converted into SO2. That means it adds oxygen, it gets oxidized. But this sulfuric acid get reduced here because oxygen is removed from that. And you can balance these reactions. Very simple reaction, but they must be given if this property is asked into the examination. Now carbon also get oxidized. See here, into carbon dioxide. Carbon get oxidized into carbon dioxide, and the H2SO4 get reduced into the SO2 gas. Now these are about the oxidizing property. The next property is the dehydrating property. Sulfuric acid is a very strong dehydrating agent. In Marathi it is called as the Jal Akarshak. That means it have always attraction about the water, and it immediately dehydrate the carbohydrates such as the sugar cane. That is cane sugar. Now this is also called as what that? Now this is the sucrose. Yes, this is sucrose. Sucrose, when in contact with the sulfuric acid, it directly convert into the carbon and water. That means water that is absorbed by this sulfuric acid from this sucrose, cane sugar. And again this always use sulfuric acid as the dehydrating agent in many reactions. Now sulfuric acid remove the water from the sugar and carbohydrate. Carbon only left in the black powder only. At sugar charcoal it is also called. After this is called as the sugar charcoal. Remember that. Why it is called as the sugar charcoal? Because charcoal means carbon. Only carbon remain after the dehydration of the sugar. So it is called as the sugar charcoal. Carbon. And this process is called as the charring process. Remember that. What is charring? They may ask into the examination. Then give this reaction. These are the chemical properties.